Hi guys, it's your girl Riveting Radiance, and today I'm going to talk about 10 different types of vegans. If you guys don't know, I am vegan. It's not simply because of the documentary called What the Health. I have been vegan before that documentary even came out. I was vegan when I was pregnant with my son. I don't know, 6 or 7 months of the pregnancy I was vegan. And then I went back to the dark side. Yeah, don't tell anyone. But yeah, I'm back vegan again, and it's so coincidental that that documentary came out, and like now everybody's trying to do it or whatever. I don't really care what triggers you or what causes you to do it. Like people are like, oh my God, you're just doing that because it's a documentary. Yeah, that's the point. That was the entire point. That's what their goal was, to have people go vegan. So if they doing it because of the documentary, it doesn't matter what caused them. The point is that they are vegan. I wanted to go over the 10 different types of vegans, okay? And I know there's gonna be a lot of backlash on this video, a lot of people disagreeing or whatever the case is, but whatever. Okay, so the first type of vegan is a dietary vegan. Okay, these are the people that don't eat meat, dairy, or eggs, but they are not as picky when it comes to things like leather or non-food animal-based products. So, you know, they are vegan by all standards, but they're not, they might own a fur coat or they might own a leather belt, and you know, that's that. Number 2, an ethical vegan. Ethical vegans also don't eat meat, dairy, or eggs, but they take it to the next level, steering clear of animal-based products like leather. So they're just like the dietary vegan, but they also take it that one step further. They don't do fur, they don't do leather, you know, they don't use products that's been tested on animals and things like that. Okay, number 3, a green vegan. They may appear the same as an ethical vegan by following the same lifestyle, but they do it for a different reason. They avoid animal products because of the impacts that industrial farming has on the environment. So they're like one of those go green people, I guess. They really care about the environment and the ozone layer and just, you know, different things like that. Okay, a raw vegan, which is what I aim to be. That's my ultimate goal. As the name implies, raw vegans get their food well raw. It's a strictly plant-based diet, and they don't eat anything that's been cooked over 105 degrees. If it sounds too restrictive, you should just see some of the amazing meals they prepare. It can be a time-consuming way to live, but there's no doubt that it's super healthy. They're most likely to eat things like fruits, salads, raw veggies, nut butters, dehydrated snacks like flax crackers, and they're most likely to say cooked foods are the devil. Okay, so then number 5, plant-based vegan. The main difference I see between a plant-based vegan and other vegans is that they're picky about the source of their food. Whereas a dietary vegan may feel free to eat processed foods like the non-dairy cheeses or the processed veggie burgers, a plant-based vegan will exchange processed foods for whole foods such as beans and legumes. Is it legumes? I hope I'm saying that right. They're most likely to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, beans and legumes, and homemade meals. They're most likely to say, is that gluten-free, sugar-free, and soy-free? Then yeah, I'll have it. Alright, then you have the pears vegan. Now these are where it's starting to get a little controversial. But they all make sense to me though, they really do. Otherwise known as the Paris exception. This dietist poster child is the philosopher Pete Singer, who describes it in this way. If you find yourself in a fine restaurant, allow yourself to eat what you want, and if you have no access to vegan food, go vegetarian if that's acceptable. Translation, eat vegan daily, but when you find yourself in a tough spot, don't beat yourself up for going vegetarian. Okay, so let's discuss this a little bit more. So if you find yourself in a fine restaurant, allow yourself to eat what you want. Well, I guess if you are really a conscious vegan, you're not going to go to a restaurant that doesn't necessarily have vegan options, you know. So I don't know how you would find yourself in that type of situation, because no one can force you to go somewhere and do something that you don't want to do, unless it's like if it's a job thing where your job has decided to eat somewhere and the employees have to go or something. That's the only thing I can really think of. But it's also saying, if you know, just go ahead and eat whatever, but the next closest thing to being vegan is vegetarian. That could be acceptable, I guess. But it's just saying, don't beat yourself up about it. Like, if you have to cheat or whatever, just don't eat meat, eat other things. Like you could eat green beans and mashed potatoes, and yeah, they may have prepared it with butter that is not vegan, but at least you're not eating meat. You have a weekday, weekend vegan. That's some people who have adopted a lifestyle of being vegan on the weekdays and eating whatever they want on the weekends. So they, Monday through Friday, vegan only, but then like Saturday and Sunday, they just eat whatever. That's following the kind of eating plan may work better for people who are not ready for a full-time commitment. And you have a virtually vegan. This is the category of vegans that don't eat meat for the most part, and they avoid dairy. They don't buy eggs or milk, but if a trace amount of dairy happens to be in their favorite 12-grain bread, they're not going to worry about it. And I've come across that type of stuff before. Like I've gotten something that was healthy, and it said something like it could have come into contact or something. Like let's say it's like a 12-grain bread, and it was made on the same conveyor belt or used, you know, with the same appliances where it may have come into contact with dairy. But it does, dairy is not an ingredient listed on the product. It's just saying it may have come into contact and it may have trace amounts. So I kind of understand that. I think that's like really anal. And I mean, I guess you should be like that, but if you're not, then you know, it should be okay. They also aren't worrying about using honey. You know, it says that honey is a very natural sweetener, and beekeepers are very motivated to take good care of their bees. Virtual vegans probably live a high percentage of their day avoiding animal products, but they're not going to sweat the small stuff. Okay? Then you have a travel vegan, number 9. A travel vegan is someone who is vegan most of the time, but makes exceptions when traveling. One of the benefits of traveling is exposing yourself to new experiences and cultures. Most cultures have their own music, traditions, styles, and they even have defined dishes. Just as you take in the sounds and the sights of these new cultures, you may choose to take in their food as well. Your avoidance of these foods could hamper your experience and limit your worldview. So for example, if you're in France, a travel vegan would enjoy a croissant. If they're in New Orleans, they'll have a beignet. It's part of the experience of those cultures. So, you know, I understand that too. The last one is the junk food vegan. Junk food vegans tend to be eating this way for ethical, usually animal rights reasons rather than health. Any food is fair game as long as it doesn't include animal products. Yes, chips are usually vegan. These kind of foods also generally help transitioning to vegan from a standard diet. They're most likely to eat tofurkey pizza, soy ice cream, mac and cheese, and they're most likely to say Oreos are vegan. Hell yeah. But anyway, so I noticed that a lot of vegans are very anal, they're very uptight and very serious. So this list will just send them completely over the edge. Panic will set in. They will hit the panic button. They will go completely ballistic, and I'm pretty sure after this video's been up for a while, the comments will attest to that. You know, they'll be like, either you're vegan or you're not. Either you eat meat or you don't. Either you like dairy or, you know. And I understand that. Like, I am just a regular, I guess I'm number 1, a dietary vegan, because I don't care about fur or leather or anything. I'm just mainly doing it for my health. And, you know, I don't do eggs, I don't do dairy, I don't do meat. That's it. I'm not picky, like it has to be super plant-based, you know, like I will eat a vegan pizza or some chips or something, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, I feel like us as vegans, we should all come together and be supportive of one another, and everyone is in different places in their journey. I just thought it would be fun to share the different types of vegans. And yeah, guys, comment below, tell me what you think. I don't know if I should be excited to hear back from you or frightened. But yeah, those are 10 different types of vegans. And I mean, let me know, which one are you? Which one of those do you practice? I mean, I don't know. I can kind of see all of the different ones where I want to be a raw vegan. That can be kind of difficult because you're literally eating only raw foods. I want to be one that's not super anal, and if the bread has come into contact with dairy, you know, I'm like, oh my god, what if it has 0.0000125 amounts of dairy in it? You know, I don't want to be. So, and then if I go somewhere like France or somewhere that has like certain cuisines, I want to kind of taste them, you know. So I don't know. It's just, right now I'm just a dietary vegan. I just eat whatever doesn't contain dairy or meat, and that's just the bottom line. I don't own like leather and fur and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure I got some makeup that's probably been tested on animals. And I guess if I was like a true vegan, maybe I would be like, I'm not using this, but I haven't really looked into it to know whether or not they tested on animals. I just buy whatever makeup I want, or like, and that's that. So, you know, there are just different ways you can look at it. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to tell you for fun the 10 different types of vegans that are out there. All right, you guys are ready to chew into me? Go. Like the video for more videos like this, and subscribe so you don't miss any updates.